Friday, and you know what that means. It is time to assemble a pretty outstanding crew tonight. Look at this. We've got David Goss, Claudia Pagan, and former MLS Defender of the Year, currently the interim head coach of Sporting Kansas City 2, the one and only Ike Opara. Ike, what's going on, my guy? It's been way too long. I'm so glad to see you.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It feels like I'm good. I'm good. Can't complain. A lot of things in life are going well for me. Yeah, I'm in a good place. So,
Okay, so Goss and I know you quite well. Like we've done a bunch of stuff
yep.
over the years, and we all congregated for this happy hour, and we're just like chatting, and then Claudia was like, so I haven't actually like met Ike, and I was like, we are the worst hosts
Yeah.
ever, like
We
ever.
were excited. We haven't
Like
seen Ike Opara in a
I
while.
just assume, that Claudia and Ike knew each other.
I
Like I
was
was like, oh, of course they do.
I was waiting for that little lull after you guys were catching up. I was like, by the way, hey, what's up? Never
Yeah.
officially met, but we definitely crossed paths before in MLS. So just had to sneak that in there.
We
It's,
stink. We stink, Goss.
yeah, it's because they think too highly of me. They think everyone should know me and that I know everybody. But no, we've seen you. For sure, I've seen you around. So it was like I said. That's why I was going with the flow too. No problem. So it was rude of me.
Also,
No,
we don't think
everyone's-
too highly of you. We think of you highly exactly the amount that you should be thought of.
Maybe.
Let's get that straight. Ike, so okay, tell us about what's going on right now. You're currently the interim head coach at SKC two. So as somebody who has, my husband is a former assistant, now a head coach.
Ike's good friend, right?
Ike's good friend, Ian Fuller.
Argue his best friend in your household?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely
okay.
not. I'll tell. Yeah, Ian and I got into a fight over who could like claim Ike more as their friend.
Yeah.
And he was like, I was his coach, so technically, like, how you can't beat that. And I insisted that I had some skin in this game. But he has watching him kind of make that transition from being the guy that's just kind of like making things happen and as the assistant coach, like that role, but then to now being the guy in charge, calling the shots. How have you taken to that?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, for me, it's whether I had doubts or not, in the past, whether I wanted this position or a position like this, I think it's been a great experience, even though it's only been a couple of weeks. Because what I've found about myself is I've always been a pretty good leader, and a guy that I believe resonates with players, and I have a clear expectation level of what is professional and how to go about our business. And so I think being able to be in the spot now that being a head coach, you have 100% of the responsibility of your group and what you want it to look like and the environment you want to create. And I think that it's something I didn't realize, but it's played into my personality and who I am, and being able to lead these young men. It's right in my wheelhouse, and it kind of always has been. And that's been not necessarily an eye opener, but an experience that I'm glad I'm getting to have right now. Right, and that's just like the environment. We're not even talking about tactics or technical and all those things. We're just talking about solely, are you able to resonate and are you fit for the role? And I think within these couple of weeks, I've seen that from myself, which I've enjoyed. So, yeah, you got a little more pressure now. Moving one chair over, but it's one that I've always been a guy that's embraced challenges, and I think a head coach, you have challenges all the time, and so it's one that I don't shy from or run away from. I've always embraced those type of things, and that's why I think it's been cool to experience.
What has surprised you? Like, what's been like kind of something that you didn't expect about taking on this role, where you were like, oh, I
Yeah.
have to deal with this now?
Yeah, well, it's funny. Normally, I think what makes me who I am as a person and coach slash player when I played, I'm able to compartmentalize things like, it's my life and it's the game. There's always a Venn diagram, right? There's overlap for sure. But like I'm usually pretty good at like this is what I want to accomplish, and then what I'm my family or friends, whatever. Like I can decompress and move away from it. Well, we just had our past game, and we performed pretty well, but we lost. But we had a lot of positive moments, et cetera, et cetera. I go home, and it was a day game, so I have a lot of the day left. And I go home, and I'm trying to eat kid, wife, and there's a point in time I'm just staring out into the abyss, and my wife goes, "Are you okay?" Because I was just like recapping things that we did in the game, things that we did well, things we could do better, what we could work on this week. And as an assistant coach, yeah, you have all those things, right, to a certain degree. But as a head coach, like it was like on my mind, and then I was like, "Oh, wait, snap out of this, hold on, like yeah, let me be present for my family. Baby's about to go to bed soon. Like let me enjoy this, right?" And so that was something I did not expect, was to like carry that home with me the way I did, and the healthy or unhealthy obsession that I think coaches fall into, which that was eye opening for me, to say the least.
Suze, is Ian like that? Do you see him kind of dozing off when he gets back home after a game?
It's so funny because like, especially after a game, we'll like get in the car together and he'll be like, I don't want to talk about the game. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, whatever, like put some music on. And within like 2 minutes, he's like, can you believe it?
Yeah.
I was like, I know Fuller enough. Like, there ain't no way that's not, yeah.
And I'm like, yep, no, totally. But he will. It is so funny. I can just like, exactly to your point, like, I can tell he gets this like, kind of like, he zones out, and I can like see, I'm like, oh my God, he is literally like in his mind, he's literally like putting together these like tactics. And it comes with the nature of the job. But it is pretty funny when he's like, no, don't want to talk about, we're not going to talk about soccer. No
Sure.
soccer talk. And then it's like immediately here we are. But I love it.
Can I throw out a funny story, which is I called like randomly like 4 MLS Next Pro games, and you call them from your living room. Like you do them remote via laptop. And it was like a weird experience. And I had an SKC2 game. This was 2 years ago, I think.
Okay.
And we do coach's call. And
that's
I
right.
don't think they tell you who the announcer is, or it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
And I just remember
my
there's a
God.
laptop sitting in the middle of the office, and the call comes on, and I'm like, hey guys. And Ike and Benny are like this, like, what are you doing here? And I was like, well, I think we're kind of all in the same situation.
Yeah, what are you doing here? Like, I thought you were in the big leagues. Why are you with us?
No, man. Any chance I get to see, a Honduran Youth International at a college field in a game that no one else is watching, I need to be there.
Yeah, you guys are proper sickos. That's right. I forgot about
We
that.
are.
Yeah, I
We
forgot
really
about that.
are.
Yeah.
We really are sickos. Well, Claudia's husband is the fitness coach for
Yeah.
San Diego. So
Yeah.
like, that's a whole different level, because it's like he's dealing with injury. Like,
Wait, yeah, for which club? Sorry, I missed the club.
So San Diego FC, so the new MLS
okay.
team.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
so he's head of human performance. So Charlie Davies like always jokes. He's like, yeah, like if you know that if there's lots of injuries for San Diego, I'm coming to you and your husband to say stuff.
It's the most
And
Charlie line ever.
Charlie had a lot to say about San Diego coming into this season. And since then, I haven't seen him a lot, but we win. We're winning every single week. So they're still top of the West, right? So
I feel
I
like
think they're top of the supporters shield right now.
They
I think
are.
so.
And they've stayed pretty healthy, Claudia.
Yeah.
they see. I'm
So-
gonna text my husband afterwards and say, hey, just want you know, you're doing a fantastic job. If I haven't told you yet. So like we had to plan our wedding. Our wedding is in December, and I had to say, okay, like it has to be in December. And I was like, okay, well, MLS Cup, it's like the second weekend, right, of December. So I was like, the chance that you guys make it, I didn't say this. I was like, the chance that you guys make it, I have no idea, but let's not book our wedding for that weekend just in case. Now I'm like, holy shit, thank God I didn't book it for them, because who knows what's
Seriously.
going to happen.
It's so funny. Did you have the off-season wedding like everyone else? Like
No, I had the in-season elope wedding, like everyone should have.
Oh,
Yeah.
you smart man.
I was, and
I
am.
like, you know what? That I like. No, that's just like it's so good because it goes completely against the narrative of like there is just this like onslaught on social media.
Yeah.
There is just the December
Everybody.
wedding
Oh, yeah.
extravaganza.
Yeah.
Did you do it in an international break, midweek?
No, I did it on a Thursday in May on a lake in Minnesota with our families around, my wife and I's families around. And so our whole plan was to do it and then have a bigger party, at the off-season type thing. And then we came around and we're like, yeah, we're not doing that. But for many different reasons why we didn't do it. So, but yeah, that's how because I had just gotten traded, right? And so my wife Well, I guess I got traded a few
Oh
months
my
later, but my
God.
wife had just finished her
That
job.
adds a
That was going
whole
to end
other
it.
level.
Yeah. So
Did
we
you
were
score that weekend?
No, luckily I just come off which I'm super glad because I had just come off an injury, um, and I was back that weekend, but I was just off the bench dressing, and I didn't realize. I mean, I did realize, but it was going to be an emotional weekend. But I was exhausted just from
Yeah.
the wedding, so I can't imagine like trying to play in the game, like start the game. So it actually worked out well for me that I didn't play. Because I probably would have. I mean, maybe I'm running on adrenaline, right? Or I'm a disaster. Who knows? But
Because there's not like a set wedding, like, there's baby celebrations, but there's not a set wedding one. So I would have been
yeah.
curious what the planned celebration was, but
Yeah, no.
The
I
just
came
go
off the
ring.
bench, like, yeah, right. Yeah.
It's this one. Would have made
Everyone's
sense.
like, what? Yeah.
Yeah.
No. So.
Well, it's so great to see you. I know like we've gone way back, but one of the big reasons we wanted to have you on this week and why you're a perfect guest for our committee happy hour is because we've been doing this 50 states of soccer adventure, and this week our big talking point was North Carolina. You are a native of Durham, North
Yep.
Carolina. You went to Wake Forest. You are North Carolina through and through. And so we wanted to kind of, I don't know, chat with you just about like, it's funny because when I think of North Carolina and the soccer scene, like my immediate thought is about the incredible collegiate programs that are there. But it is it's a region that is like rich with soccer pedigree. Why do you think that is? How did it all kind of congregate in North Carolina?
Yeah, I don't know. Truthfully, I really don't. But I do know back when, expansion and all those things, and there was really no teams in the South, and people were saying that soccer in the South couldn't succeed because of whatever, football or basketball.
SEC or football.
Yeah, I never understood it because I was like, that's coming from people who don't live here or who aren't in this environment or in this area. Because we've seen what happened with Atlanta United, right? Like, we've seen Charlotte United. I mean, I can go down the list, right? Just the amount of club teams that are there. It just never made sense to me why people would always say those things. And yeah, North Carolina is no different. Like, I don't necessarily know how, but I know growing up there, I felt it, right? Like, basketball, yes, is a big thing, but soccer was always big, especially in the Triangle area, the Piedmont area. Like, soccer is just as prevalent as any other sport. And so I don't necessarily know the history as to why it got to where it is, but I always felt it growing up. And obviously now, at my age, like, you see all the success that MLS teams are having in that area. You see the success of all the local youth teams. I mean, NCFC is massive as well. Like, I can go down a list of teams that aren't even MLS related. So yeah, it's a cool thing to watch, exploding really. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that people are. I'm only surprised that people are late to understanding and seeing it. Truthfully.
Yeah.
What was your like youth soccer experience like growing up? Like, what kind of teams were you playing on? Where were you going? Who were you playing against? Like, were there other like prominent names that you were going up against all the time?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, all those clubs have now kind of merged into one, or kind of been, So, I mean, there was always Castle. That was like the big one. That was like the big rival growing up, and I've always played on teams that were like, you know, maybe not the top based off of talent level, but I don't even want to say underdog because I actually just had a meeting with our players about, I don't think I'm an underdog. I've never thought I'm an underdog despite background, et cetera. Like, I've always had a chip on my shoulder. I always felt like I deserved to be there, et cetera, et cetera. But if I always had to choose, I'm choosing the grit over the glitz and glamour. That's just always been my personality. And so I chose a club team, Triangle FC at the time, which honestly I don't even know if it's become NCFC or kind of offset somewhere else. That like fit that personality of like work, grind. Maybe we're not the most talented, but that's our MO. So yeah, I mean, that was kind of my track record. And then yeah, playing around teams like, nationally, we all kind of know the big Dallas teams that are around, and I mean, Michigan has a couple big teams with the Bucks, I think, Vardar, all that stuff. So like went to big tournaments nationally around the country, but it was always tournaments that were like the tier below the big timers, right? Like always the tier below. But no, I wouldn't trade my experience for anything.
We had Brianna Pinto on our NWSL show yesterday, who's part of our Kickback committee as one of our hosts, plays, of course, with North Carolina Courage, and went to Jordan High School,
Yeah.
which
Same high
she
school.
was very excited when I brought your name up, said that you had not met, but we're both alumni of the same high school, which in doing research over the last 12 hours, turns out also Logan Paul's went to.
Yep. Yep.
There's like an MLS academy.
Yeah, no, Logan Paul's, he's in my sister's class, I think. Yeah.
Is this a great high school soccer
I mean,
team, or is
yeah.
it just random?
No, it's a pretty good team. It's a pretty good team. A lot of players that go on to play collegiately. Obviously, we were some of the ones that went pro. But yeah, it's a lot of good players. A lot of good players that play high level Division I soccer out of Jordan High School. And now the landscape has changed a little bit, right, with the academies, but you'll still get some every now and again that end up making it.
Which, by the way, Michael Jordan not related
was
to
just
Jordan
gonna
High
say.
School
No,
in Raleigh,
no, no,
North
no.
Carolina.
No,
Something.
he's not. But I think maybe I want to say Malik Pinto may have gone to Jordan too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Brianna's brothers, so
Yeah.
Hassan
I
and
just
Malik both.
Right. I just didn't know if he
assume.
went to a different high school or not.
Yes,
But yeah,
that part
pretty
I'm
sure he did.
unaware of.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when Brianna Pinto rolls through and talks soccer, there's a decent amount of royalty because like everyone in her family played D1 soccer.
Yeah.
And so fairly consistently, she's like, yeah, UNC is a good school. 5 of us went there, which is like never a bad spot to start. But the Carolina core have now brought it all home.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. And Eddie Pope and Roy Lassiter seem to be like the 2 biggest names that have ever come from North Carolina, and now they work together there.
Yeah, I mean, Eddie Pope for me is royalty. He's my role model growing up. He was everything. Like, first person I saw that looked like me, that I thought I can be this, whether I believed it or not. I mean, for me, Eddie is, yeah, first class all around.
So if you were gonna build like your North Carolina 5-a-side, like, and listen, and this is I know because we've had some controversy when we do this with others.
This one's a hard one. Yeah.
Well, no, because people, if they go to a university, if they go to college in North Carolina, a lot of times like they are just so associated with that state, and so we have to, but we've had to differentiate, and we've kind of had to establish like this boundary that like, okay, no, they have to be from the state.
Let me give you. So Brianna set us up. She gave us 5 to 8 names. Let's throw those out there, and then I can sort of add or take away. So Eddie Pope, of course. Roy Lassiter as well. Susannah's good friend, which we were unaware of until Tuesday, Gianluca Busio.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, I love Bruce. I was his teammate. But hold on. Give me all the names before I go. Give me all the names first.
He's not sold.
Former MLS Defender of the Year and current SKC2 interim head coach Ike Opara.
Sure.
Current North Carolina Courage player Brianna Pinto. So that was the 5 that we landed on. Here are the additional names that got thrown in.
Okay.
I have written in all caps Clyde Sims, who was the last college soccer player to be called up to the USMNT until Jordan Morris. I think it was like a 25-year span, and is a legend. Logan Paul's gets put in this list as well. Sam Cronin, longtime MLS player. Brianna put, I think on her final team, she added Jeremy Kelly. Small-sided game and sort of like a local legendary player. And then Wells Thompson as well, who I think is Wake Forest.
Yeah.
But before you?
Slightly, yeah. A couple years.
Yeah. So that was the core names that we ended up with that we were working off of. Because, like we said, Mia Hamm and Megan Klingenberg and basically every player who's ever played for UNC Women's, who played for the U.S. Women's National Team, we would not be counting if they're not from North Carolina.
Sure. Is there a goalie involved?
You don't need one. That's my thing. We can change this one day if someone else feels strongly.
I don't know. Goalies are whatever to me. As I say that, I respect Hesmer, Clint Irwin.
Oh, yeah.
Those are North Carolina natives. But if they're out, then that's easier. Eddie's no doubt one. So Roy, I thought just went to NC State. Is he from
Apparently, he grew up. He was born in D.C. and grew up. He was 4-time North Carolina High School Player of the Year.
Okay, well that's
so he has at least 4 years of high school soccer that he can claim.
I didn't know that, but yeah, I guess he's in there. He has to be in there. Yeah, I mean, I'll put myself.
You should. I think that's a rule. I think like if like
Also, we're
having this
putting you, so it doesn't
conversation
matter.
with you, like like you're
Okay, fair enough. Yeah,
in there.
but if I have to kick one out, I'm leaving because. I mean, Sam Cronin was class. Like, as much as I don't want to give him this credit because we still talk every now and again, and he is not too respectful to me. I think he's in there. I think he's in there. I think he can't not be in there. That's why I have him over Busio. Only. See,
Yeah,
Busio,
I need to like, give me this. I need it.
Busio, unbelievable talent, all that stuff. He was there for like 3 years. I mean, he left to go to like Case. He left to be my teammate in Kansas City when he was
left
like
for you.
12. So like, you know, I gotta have some sort like, yeah. If I want to build a team to win, he's in there. He's in there, no doubt.
Okay, so here's my thing. My cousin, who is from Greensboro, North Carolina, I've got family in Greensboro, North Carolina, is his best friend. They have been best friends since they were like
So you're
little
going off
kids.
of emotions, yeah.
But I watched Gianluca play soccer when he was like 7 and like was running circles around these poor other kids, and it was like so unfair because he was clearly so much better than everybody else, including my cousin. Like, sorry, just wasn't.
Well,
soccer was not his sport.
Look,
So he was, you know, he's a product. He's been there since he was a boy. So I have that.
I get it.
Like,
I had a full circle moment too. I mean, I was this guy's teammate, and then just I think it was last year he came in the summer because he was coming back from needing some fitness. Ended up having to coach him last year, a week or two with the second team just so he could stay fit, and etc. And I went from, man, I was just your teammate to now I'm coaching you, like, you know. So that for me was weird, like in a cool way. I went from being his teammate, arm around him, a little bit of banter and all that stuff, and now like he's taking instruction on the field, right? So I get it. I mean, again, if I'm trying to win, he's in there.
Okay.
No doubt. Like that,
Right.
we're not,
Fair enough.
This isn't a question of talent here. This is a question of
Royalty.
How long? Yeah. How long?
I'm more of like
How
a
much is
vibes
enough?
person.
You're more of a
like
what?
a vibes person.
Oh, sure.
Like, you know.
Sure, no problem.
No,
No
you're
problem.
the expert here. You're the expert here. You get to pick whoever you want. No, that's fair. You make a good argument.
And then last one, I mean, Brianna was class. So hard to not have her in there.
We do have, I believe, one more name that was brought. Another Wake Forest named Justin Moose. That
He
someone
was also
threw
very
in.
good. But
There's a lot of Wake.
there's a lot of yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's that's soccer haven right there. I mean, yeah, we only have one national championship, but they didn't get better than that. I can go down a list of guys who come through there. Let's go with Brianna stays. She deserves it.
All
She
right.
earned it.
So
But
there we go.
I mean, I wish I had like a prep to really dive into this list. You know, I would have done some research.
That's
into,
not how we
okay,
operate.
Yeah.
That's not how we function.
No problem.
We want your thoughts in this
Yeah.
current second.
In the moment, raw. I got it.
I will give you some from social media. We had Sam McFarlane on Blue Sky who said a name that I had to Google, and I would assume most people won't know. But this comes in light of the week in which Tatu, who is a favorite of the show, was put on the National Soccer Hall of Fame. Tatu was the greatest goal scorer in indoor soccer history. A name of someone named Tony Suarez, who was originally born in Havana, Cuba, but grew up in Charlotte, North Carolina, played at Appalachian State in the 70s, and then scored like a gazillion indoor soccer goals somewhere else, which I don't know, I just like learning about a new person. And his pictures on Wikipedia are epic. This guy looks so cool. So Tony Suarez gets mentioned in this one. Otherwise, for the most part, it's all the names you said. Clint Irwin and Will Hessmer got shouted out for looking for goalkeepers, which, as we said, we didn't. Darius Barnes, we have not mentioned.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Good friend of the show as well. Clyde Sims got thrown in there. Jay Fortune, another
Yeah.
one who's now with Atlanta United. But, you know, the hope I think now for everyone is that Abusio doesn't have to go to Kansas City. They can go play
Yep.
for Charlotte or
Yeah.
play in North Carolina. And we don't even have a list of all the Railhawk things that have ever happened and getting Railhawked.
Yeah, that's glory days. That's some glory soccer right there. That's I bet that's how people feel about, you know, like the Rhinos and like the Thunder. Like that's the feeling that I have when I think of the Railhawks, and I still call them the Railhawks every now and again. Like it's just habitual, I guess, sometimes.
Speaking of, I did not know this, and this is bad because I probably should have known this, but the water fountains where Landon Donovan and Pablo Mastroeni took the photos
Yeah,
is at WakeMed Soccer Park.
which I still sometimes call SAS because that was like the original name. But
There you go.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Well, that automatically makes it the most hallowed ground for me. Like like there's no question. But that was one of our categories. Like was hallowed ground in North Carolina for soccer.
Sure.
Would you
Yeah.
agree that WakeMed Park is that, or are there other ones that are in the running?
Are we talking about North Carolina? Or are we talking about nationally?
North Carolina.
Yeah, I think it's that and WRAL. If anyone's familiar with that,
Is that Bryan Park?
Bryant Park's another one. That's a great one. That's in Greensboro.
Okay.
I was just about to say that one. Those three, and then there's one in Charlotte. I forget the name. I don't even know. I bet it's changed a couple of times, but there's one in Charlotte. But I would say those first three are like everyone knows about, for sure.
There's a fighter jet, by the way, alongside the field in Bryant Park. I don't know which one it is.
Yeah, I don't even know if I knew that.
So, there you go.
Times. Yeah.
North Carolina, more varied than I realized, was one of the things I was saying to Suze, of like between Charlotte, Raleigh, Asheville, Greensboro, like different vibes, different areas.
Totally different.
Much different, yeah.
Claudia, you've never been?
I've been, and I actually think DC United did a preseason years ago at WakeMed, and I'm pretty sure I saw the fountain, and I was like, "That's it? It's just it's just like a regular looking fountain. Like you wouldn't know. You walk by, and unless someone tells you, you're like, cool, another regular fountain. Iconic. But like, also, you want to talk about like North Carolina now, like as well. You have like TST doing the big tournaments there as well. So like that was my most recent time in North Carolina, was last year for TST. So like, it's huge. There's so much to do. There's so much freedom. Yeah. So I grew up. So I played travel soccer in Maryland. It was Free State is what it was. Now it's Maryland United. And I remember like every weekend was spent traveling like up and down the East Coast, North Carolina specifically, for like all the big tournaments. Yeah. So I kind of blacked it out of I've kind of blacked out the amount of times I've gone to North Carolina out of my mind, because those trips were pretty long from Maryland.
Yeah.
So Claudia, for being from Maryland and being a Terp, like when we think about like rival, like were there any like North Carolina schools that were rivals of Maryland?
So Maryland, my first year at University of Maryland, we were still in the ACC. So Duke. But like everybody effing hates Duke. So I can't even just claim that that's Maryland. Everybody hates Duke. Yes, the same way everybody hates the Cowboys.
Wait,
everyone
what?
hates Duke.
You're a Wake guy.
Wait, hold on. Don't.
Go ahead.
Yes,
the floor is yours.
Okay. Yes, I know everybody hates Duke, and I
Everybody.
very much know that. And I'm from Durham, and I get that. I mean, a lot of people from Durham don't like Duke, right? However, I grew up a Duke fan. And
Kick him off.
Right? Born at Duke Hospital, dad worked at. I was a Duke ball boy for the basketball team one year.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but anyways, besides the point, I get it. Everyone doesn't like Duke, but really, it should be everyone shouldn't like UVA, because that's the team and the school that everyone thinks Duke is, and trust me, they have a lot of things. I get it, but UVA for me is by far the worst. By far the worst. Like everything that people think about Duke, it's UVA times 10.
I
I'm
just
floored.
grew up with automatically hating Duke. I don't really know why everyone started hating Duke, but I just jumped on the train.
Well, there's
But
a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I bet a lot of people just through basketball, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Steve
then-
Blake has some
yeah,
memories of why
yeah. And it's-
Maryland
yeah,
hates Duke.
exactly.
But wait, let me ask this, Ike. So you went to Wake Forest?
I did, yeah.
Is there competition there, like internally with your
No.
soul?
No. That was when I was a boy.
Okay, so now if Wake plays
No,
Duke in something,
Yeah, no, that's not even.
okay,
That's not. I mean, yeah, if I see Duke and they win a game against whatever sport, like, oh, cool, Duke, yeah, whatever. Like,
Did you
I live
meet
my life.
Did you meet Coach K?
I mean, I shook his hand, I suppose, but like, I wouldn't say we sat down and had a deep conversation by any means. But
Man.
I was there. I was a ball boy at the time. It was a good time. It was JJ Redick, all those
wow.
guys. Yeah, I think
Oh, I used to. God, I hated
Oh, I know.
him.
There you go. I know.
Oh
I know.
no, I just got like. Ugh.
And trust me, I know. I mean, he's probably the most, if not top 5 most hated collegiate player ever, right, in any sport. So yeah, but they were good and they were successful and it was fun to watch. But yeah, I get it.
So with any UVA guys, especially in soccer, do you ever look at them and be like, ooh, which is a lot. It's a lot. Are you ever like, oh, UVA?
I'm friends. I'm gonna use that term loosely. I'm acquaintances with a few as I've gotten older, and I will if I find a way to jab them, I will. Still to this day.
Can you kind of characterize for us, like in your mind, like the stereotypical UVA? Like,
I'm currently looking up the SKC2 roster to see if anyone went to UVA.
No, I wouldn't allow.
Like because I don't know this, so I need to know. Like, I need to know what I'm sort of envisioning.
Okay, actually, you know what? Screw it. It's we're having fun. Although there's some truth in it all. I mean, we all remember the Tiki Torch pictures and like, yeah. So that's UVA. Like I'm not surprised it happened in Charlottesville.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not saying that's right. Like there are obviously good people there and all that, but like.
Okay. Which to your point is how people view Duke to a large extent.
Correct.
How do people view Wake? Now I'm curious as we get to the end.
That's a good question.
I think we just kind of think we get overlooked because we're a little school.
You're like Hufflepuff in this whole this 4 quadrants.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with Harry Potter, so
you knew it was a Harry Potter
Yeah.
reference, though.
I
so
did
that's
because
good.
during COVID, my wife forced me to watch all 6 or 7 of them.
There's like 10 movies.
Is it 10?
8.
Okay.
8. I'm pretty sure it's 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for a guy or a person who didn't read any of the books or watch him, like, at the time when they were being produced, it didn't hold up. I didn't see the excitement behind it. I thought it was quite painful, especially the first couple. And genuinely, I don't even remember what happens in any of them. I remember some details. So yeah, in terms of who's what house, couldn't tell you what that means.
Okay. So let me ask this, because I think this was going before we got sidetracked into historic racism and everything else that occurred.
Wow.
What is the North Carolina rival state? So not specific school, but like on average, if you said to people in North Carolina, like, you hate so-and-so.
I think it's more just like the difference between North Carolina and South Carolina. Like,
okay,
it's just kind of like, yeah, that's South Carolina, or South Carolina's that's North Carolina.
Are there big differences?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, there are.
He's like, don't question.
Yeah,
what are the differences? What are the differences?
I mean, to be fair, we have the better beaches. We've got more of the cities. We've got more of the sports teams, if not all of them. We've got the universities, right? The medical university, all that stuff. Mountains, okay. We have more mountains, I believe. I think
Are
we
you
have the better
both the South, or is that the split? No, you're both the South.
Where's the Mason-Dixon line?
I think
North.
it's like Maryland.
Yeah, north of
Which,
that.
like, Maryland is always like tossed above or below.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean.
Yeah, the Outer
I don't think it's
Banks.
a debate.
Have you guys ever been
What's
to
that?
the Outer Banks?
Never.
I don't want to go. I've been. No. If if you like zoom in on the map and you look super closely to them, it is wild how to get there. Like you either take the
It's
ferry
amazing,
across.
Ike.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with that. The one I know my luck. The one time I go out there,
There'll be a hurricane
yes,
and you
I
can't
just-
get back.
I'm-
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not doing it.
I would say that,
I'll go
so
to the
my friend in high school, her aunt had a house on the Outer Banks, and I got to go on one of their vacations once. So I was
Yeah.
just like along for the ride, having a great time. We went to the island of Kerala, which has wild horses on it, like crazy. There are literally wild horses just like on the beach. It's nuts.
They have those in Assateague, Claudia.
And then I will say
got
that
you.
that house is no longer there because of one of the hurricanes. I can't remember. It's
Sure.
very sad. I think they've rebuilt, but to your point, Ike, yeah, you're very exposed in the
Yeah,
Outer
I'm
Banks.
not. I don't.
It's beautiful. though.
Large bodies of water scare me. That's like one of my only. Yeah, I don't like it when I fly over
fine.
where Atlantic Pacific. It's my nightmare.
Not
Like,
for you.
Close the blank shades. Like I don't want to see. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to see any of that.
Not for
When
you.
you're taking off to go to whatever Hawaii or whatever. Like I'm good.
If you choose the mountains instead, by the way, on the hallowed ground, we got a message from someone, Becca Mitchum, on Blue Sky, who said Ted Mack Stadium in Boone, North Carolina. Apparently, when you're on the field, you see the mountains in the background. It is where Appalachian FC plays,
Okay.
and there are Sasquatch sightings in the area, which has its own fear factors now. On the other side, we are worried about Sasquatches. But apparently, on the field, you see the mountains all around you, which is pretty cool. I'm a
That is
large
cool.
fan of something like that. So shout out to Becca for sending it to us.
It's cool. Yeah, I've been up there. I've just never been on the stadium, so I've never been able to see that what that view is
I
like.
think
but
Ian's team had a match there.
I think you played
they had-
Open Cup, right?
Yeah, it was an Open
Oh,
Cup
cool.
match. He said it was really cool, really, really cool. He
I think
had
I
no
watched
phone reception
that game.
the whole time though. Like literally, he was like MIA for an entire day because I couldn't get a hold of him.
Oh, so Javier Mascherano couldn't have been on the sideline, full speakerphone?
Didn't have that luxury. So good. Can't make it up. There was one category that I don't think we really landed on one. Goss, did we, for the sort of urban legend player? Did we
Yeah,
get one?
this is sort of the like player from the state that everyone knew, but maybe didn't get out, or maybe didn't have the
Yeah.
career. But like everyone at the time was like, or in the past, whatever, is like the name that everyone always names when they're talking about the guys.
Yep. I mean, from my youth, it was. I'm just trying to think. Brett King, probably.
Okay.
Tell
that
us
isn't-
about Brett King.
Yeah, that's a new name.
Yeah, just one of the first guys, especially that I played against, that went to the national team, like back when it was like at Bradenton or whatever. Went down there. Very good player, especially youth player. Came back, went to UNC for a few years, had some unfortunate injuries, whatnot, and I think
What position
career
did he
kind
play?
of died down there.
He's center back?
He was a forward when I played, or like when we were youth players, and then by the time I think his collegiate career ended, I think he was somewhere on the back line.
Much like
And
my
then-
career.
Yeah. And then the other one was Tyler Lasser. I think he had a little cup of tea at Red Bull for a little bit. Those two were teammates, and they were at Castle. I would say those are two names that you heard all the time, kind of in that like 2 to 3, 4 year range from me. Yeah, and then Darius Barnes was another guy, but he ended up making it.
Yeah.
But Darius Barnes was another guy that you heard about all the time.
Huh.
Yeah, had a good career at Duke and then had a good career in MLS. So I would say those three, but obviously Darius made it. But
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
really
Darius
cool.
Barnes was honored at the Revs 20 whatever anniversary it was. I'm looking, by the way, at a 2009 interview with Brett King in the UNC blue paper. And he
Okay.
said, who has stepped up as a leader? And he said, our captain, Zach Lloyd, has stepped up as a leader recently.
oh, Zach Lloyd, what a name!
There you go. Yeah.
Awesome dude. From Dallas though, I think. So it doesn't
Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't count. We're not.
And
allowed
then
to talk
Wait,
followed
he's from
that
Oklahoma.
question.
He's from Oklahoma, actually. But
Followed that question up with, what game are you looking forward to? And he said, we're looking forward to the Maryland game in 2 weeks because we lost to them 3 times last year, including in the national championship. It all comes back around
Hey,
at some point.
Can I also mention a very full circle moment here? So back in the day, Ike and I did. I had a show at MLS called BTW, and we did a Top Chef episode. I'm
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Ike
Yeah.
won. Ike and Dane St. Clair made some of the best nachos I ever had. It was so great. And me and Justin Sunderland, who was an actual contestant on Top Chef, got to like sit and judge and eat the nachos. You beat Ethan Finley and
Eric Miller. who
Eric
was
Miller,
upset
and he was
'cause
so
his parents
pissed
were
off.
Chefs. Yeah,
Yes,
because his parents are chefs.
he was so angry.
Dane's a good cook, to be fair, too, but
Oh my gosh,
But-
the nachos, it was like a nacho lasagna. I remember you were like, it was
Yeah.
so good because it was layered, so every bite had something, and it was good spice, the whole thing. They won. Did you know, Ike, the new season of Top Chef is being filmed in North Carolina? Do you see how this all comes together? Yes,
Yeah,
I am.
yeah.
I am a Top Chef like stan. I've watched
Love
every
it,
single
yeah.
season, and they're filming in North Carolina this season,
Awesome.
this upcoming season.
that's cool.
So
no,
look
that's
at
awesome.
that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, again, I know it's about North Carolina. I don't claim all of North Carolina. Let's be clear. I love where I'm from. I love the
Nice.
Triangle area. I love where I went to university. I love that area. I love the mountain. Like, I wouldn't say I'm a North Carolina historian in terms of
Got
certain
it.
things. So,
Here's a question:
But no,
would
it's
you
a
ever
good place.
move back if the opportunity presented itself? Would you ever go
Plead the
back?
fifth.
Okay, that's fine.
You got to stay a free agent just in case.
You know, I'm gonna go with the flow. I've always been that way. Wherever life takes me. But I think perfect world, especially with the family and all that stuff. We'll see where everything lies. I think my wife loves it there. It's not off the table. Let's put it like that.
Okay.
But, we got a lot of good things going on in Kansas City, and so this is my home away from home. Let's put it like that.
Home away from home.
All right.
Tasty. It's a great place. This was an awesome happy hour hang, y'all. Ike, who you got up next? What's going on? What's the?
Yeah, just we are going to play our rival, St. Louis,
Ooh.
this weekend, so that'll be
What's
fun.
the
for
scouting
guys to
report on
experience
St. Louis?
Look, they're having a very good year. They're running
Okay.
away with it for the most part. So we have an opportunity.
Let's go.
Yeah, we have an opportunity, and I'm excited for that, and they're excited for it. So, like I told them after 90 minutes, where the chips lie is where they lie. But we're going there to compete. We're going there to win. And it's as simple as that. So, yeah, we're all buzzing, excited for it.
Is your set piece creativity as a coach? Does it match your set piece ability as a player?
What's funny enough is now that we're a little understaffed at the moment with the changes, so I'm having to find my focus at other places to make this team efficient and effective and the things we want to do. But I told the guys I'd like to get to a point where we get our general basics and principles down and whatnot, so we can start to focus in on some of these areas of the game, like set pieces.
Yeah.
Because I do like that cat and mouse of like, how can you manipulate a situation on set pieces? We're not there yet because again we have other focuses. But in due time, I'd love to be able to start to whip some of these drawings out that we've had in the past. So we'll see.
Yeah, they'd be learning from one of the absolute
best.
best, biggest threats on set pieces ever. Ike Opara just.
Well,
Get
some
in
some of that's just general, just genetics. So
No, it was will and desire.
that's some of
Exactly.
it, and basketball background,
There
timing,
you go.
jumping, 1 foot, 2 foot angles, all that stuff. But
It all matters.
It
all
does. It really
matters.
does. It does.
Ike, it was so good to see you. Good luck. I'm so excited for you. I hope this path continues. You're
Yeah.
one of the best dudes around, and it was really, really awesome to get to hang with you, with David and Claudia. This was a really fun hang, guys.
Yep. We'll do it again next week.
We sure
Woo!
will. 5:30 p.m. Eastern, and make sure. Okay, what do we got to tell people? Check out the latest Kickback Committee episode. It's up right now. It was really fun. We
Matt
did with
Doyle broke
Doyle.
our brains.
Broke our brains, literally. We have Brianna Pinto on Soccer Wise, so you got to check out that episode. She made her debut, and it was really, really fun. She's going to be great. I'm
Yes.
excited to work with her. So yeah, check it out. And subscribe to our newsletter that's coming out tomorrow. Do we have a newsletter coming out
Yes.
tomorrow? Coming out tomorrow. Subscribe to that. Yeah, stay in the know.
And a real quick one,
all the
Mazel Tov
things.
to John Parker, one of our own, JP, who's getting married this weekend.
Congrats,
Woo!
JP, who has also been on calls all day today, and
Yeah,
I'm like,
he's
dude,
a crazy
can you calm
person.
down? Like,
Yep.
I'm sure your fiance.
I mean, Ike knows he eloped and then walked back into training,
Yeah.
so he gets it.
Ugh. Anyway,
It was
guys,
frustrating.
Have a fantastic rest of your baby Friday. We'll see you next week.